Hello, bonjour. As promised, I'm in my car. You've not seen this car before, and I'm sure regulars can see a difference. So yes, this is the new car, as you see at the start. What I wanted to do really is just talk to you. I mean, for me, it's all totally new anyway, but to me, I'm now driving on the left-hand side of the car, which is taking a bit of getting used to. It's great because I can now see to overtake, but other than that, it's a much bigger car. It's twice the size of my little Twingo, so it's judging for parking and judging the distances from the curb and everything. But this car does tell you when you're near the curb, so it's quite good for that. Same as it does alert me if I happen to go over the speed limit, which is very easy to do because it's so smooth, and it's quite quiet really, so I have to listen to the beeps to remember to stay within the speed limit. Duncan turns all that off because he doesn't want to be told what to do basically, but he's not a speeder either really. He just, if you do occasionally go over, he just doesn't want that beep in his ear. But other than that, I can just quickly show you around, and I'm going to put on the screen for people, especially those that live in France and new to France and don't necessarily understand all the French words. I'm going to put on the screen the translated words for bits of the car that they may not know. Then again, you may know everything before me, obviously. So I'll just show you around. Show you the bumper, as I said, not the bumper. The bonnet is another one that's I think it's different in America. A lot of countries call it something different. But all I'm going to be doing is giving you the English and the French. So on this, the bonnet is very high to me anyway. You see there, it's quite high. We have moved the seat higher up now so that we can see over it better. But I've learnt now, excuse me, there's certain crevices and bumps on the bonnet that I can judge where those bumps are to the lines in the road. That is my way of judging it, but obviously my little gauge will tell me on the front if I'm well over or too close anyway. My steering wheel isn't perfectly round. It's, I think you see like that. It's got like a flat top and bottom, but I quite like that. And that's my screen. That's my screen, which we've never had before. So that's obviously got my maps in there, and I can connect my phone to it so I can get my music and I can listen to a book while I'm driving along and everything. That's another thing. The gear stick is now obviously got to be used with my right hand, which I'm not used to, because when you're driving on the right, you use it with your left. So that's taken quite a bit of getting used to. Obviously, that's the passenger door. Driver's door, again, I should obviously tell you the wording for that. There's obviously the rear view mirror. This is strange as well, because if I look in it, I don't know if you can tell, but if all the headrests are up, it's a very restricted view of the back. So it's a good job I've got my wind mirrors, because if I have three people sat there, I wouldn't be able to see, because it's such a narrow rear view window. I can't remember what it's called. We've got obviously the lights at the top. We have an SOS button. You can see there. That's to press if there's a accident or if someone's ill or something, and then the police come running apparently. Obviously that's me. It's all my notes on there. And that's the back. So you can see there. It's all very, very comfy anyway. We researched. Any regulars will know that when we buy anything, we research everything really, especially Duncan. And we wanted to find a car that we could afford, that we could actually put the back seats down if you wanted to, and put a mattress in. Now this car, if you buy it, when you buy it, there's an option is to buy camping kits with it, so you know that it's long enough in the back to sleep because you can get a mattress that comes with it. We're not going to do that because that's too expensive. We might just try and do our own and get some foam and make our own mattress, because we're just thinking on the odd times we might be somewhere and we don't want to drive home, we can just put the seats down and lay in the back. However, I've still yet to put the seats down and try it myself, because we're not going to make a mattress until I lay in the back there and think to myself, I could spend the night in this, or I couldn't. So until I've done that, we're not going to do anything about the mattress. But yeah, part of this holiday we're going to be doing at the end of the year is driving down through to Spain and Portugal, and we thought we could have some stops on the way and on the way back, and it would just be a overnight. And if that was the case, rather than pay it for a hotel, we could do that. But watch this space. It may happen, it may not happen that we stay in the car. We'll wait and see. I've got also in this car, I've got this, which I'm not used to. A stop button. Now, I've never had a car with that before, and it's still even now it's still really bizarre. And obviously there's no handbrake either. It's automatic. So that stop button. So I'll put on the screen what that is in French, in case you need to talk about it or ask anybody about it. It's weird because I keep going to put my hand down to get the keys whenever we stop to take the keys out. And I've only so far, actually, talking about the gears being on the wrong side, I think that I can think of maybe twice, or that every time I've driven it, I've only gone once to the door with my left hand to try and find the gears, and obviously, because that's where they used to be to me. And also now I've just got one of these. Well, we got one each. So I just keep that in my bag so that it just like the car opens automatically when I've got that in my bag or in my pocket or whatever. So I keep that clipped in my bag as well, so I can't lose it. I dread to think how much that would cost to replace it. But yeah, we've got a 7-year warranty, which is good. So that's peace of mind as well. And the only thing is, things like it doesn't come with a spare wheel. That was an extra cost, so we didn't want to get the space filler one or whatever they call it. We want to get a proper wheel, so we're trying to get some money together to put a proper spare wheel in the boot. It's got quite a nice size boot. As I say, well, it's got to be fairly big, as the fact that you can sleep 2 people when you put the seats down. Other than that, it's great to be able to get the right amount of, loads of shopping in it without worrying about it, which is another consideration we had to have, because if we're out and about, we very often end up going to the Brico, the DIY store, because Duncan might have to get something for work and it might be a bit bigger, so we need to be able to fit that in as well. And obviously this car, big thing, it's got AC. Duncan's little Fiat had AC, but it stopped working because it needed refilling. That was a lot of money. But we've now got AC, so when we travel, we can put that on. And travelling in the summer, it can get quite hot in the car, can't it? Oh, there's another thing. This is a bit irritating, but on above the rear view mirror, it's got a camera. So this camera's watching you all the time. I'm saying all this. A lot of you out there watching this probably thinking, well, what's new, Jan? To me, it is new, and it's watching you. So if I happen to take my eyes off of the road, look one way or the other, or I find myself talking, it bleeps, and then at the screen says, "Pay attention, keep an eye on the road," all this sort of stuff. Or it might say, after a certain time, if it knows it's been going for a while, it will say, "Stop and take a rest." So caring. Oh yeah. So these are all things we're trying to get used to. I don't think there's anything else. I think that's, obviously it's got past airbags and all that sort of stuff, so all that stuff. Other than that, I can't really tell you much. It's got mats, obviously. It's got a rest in the middle for my elbows. A few little cubby holes, which I don't know when we'll ever use them, because we don't like the car to get too dirty and messy. So yeah, other than that, I think that's all I need to let you know. It's just a quick one just to go over that, really, because I've been talking about we buying a new car and I hadn't actually showed it to you. So that's my new car. It's a Dacia Duster. Au revoir and bonne santé. À bientôt. See you next time.